spooky security camera footage.
This creature was caught on camera.
What the am I looking at here?
Have you ever seen something so bizarre, so unexplainable, that it leaves you questioning everything?
What is going on?
Well, you're not alone. People have witnessed things that just can't be explained, like a Virgin Mary statue that mysteriously weeps and cars that seem to defy gravity, floating off the ground. These aren't movie scenes. They are real clips people captured. And they have left viewers speechless. Number 30. Max Headroom Incident. What happens when someone breaks into live television? Not for money, not for fame, but just because they can. Back in the late 80s, viewers in Chicago saw something they'd never forget. In 1987, two separate TV channels in Chicago got hijacked by a mystery figure wearing a Max Headroom mask. The first break-in was kind of strange. This person just stood there, swaying around with a wobbly background moving behind him. It felt eerie, like something was off, but no one knew what was coming next. The second one? Way more bizarre. This time, the Max character spoke in a weird, high-pitched voice. He mocked things, acted goofy, and made no real sense. It lasted about a minute and a half. Then it was cut off by the hijackers themselves. That move made it clear they had control. They could have kept going if they wanted. Whoever did it had some serious gear and knew exactly what they were doing. Some people think it was someone who worked in the industry, but no one ever came forward. Number 29. Witch in the Desert. In this eerie video, a man is driving along a dark, empty road in the desert. It is the kind of road where you only see what your headlights allow. Everything else? Just black. Suddenly, his headlights catch something up ahead. A hunched figure, standing there. Not moving much, just enough to make your stomach tighten a little. The man doesn't wait. He slowly backs up, but the figure starts moving toward him. It's slow at first, then it lets out a high-pitched shriek, sharp and sudden. That sound? It's enough to make anyone panic. The man hits the gas and speeds off, but that creepy encounter sticks in your mind. No one knows what he saw. There is no solid proof. Could have been a prank, could have been something else, but with barely any info out there, it is hard to say for sure. Now, just when you think it couldn't get more confusing, something else shows up that makes even less sense. Number 28. Old woman vanishes. You think you have seen strange? Just wait until someone fades right out of view in the middle of a live news report. No tricks, no edits, just gone. The footage starts with a normal interview. A local taxi boss is speaking to a reporter about the violence going on in the province. It's the kind of serious report you'd usually see on TV. But behind him, something odd plays out that ends up stealing all the attention. In the background, an older woman is slowly walking by. She's holding a bag and doesn't seem out of place at all. She moves like anyone else, shuffling along without much hurry. But then, as she walks past a corrugated iron container, something strange happens. Her whole body starts fading. Bit by bit, she disappears until there is nothing left. No shadow, no trace, just an empty spot where she was moments before. If that wasn't enough to raise eyebrows, the next moment caught on film just drifts into the unbelievable. Number 27. Final Goodbye. Sometimes something simple like letting go turns into something you never expect. This next moment caught people off guard for that exact reason. A woman from Southern California went to a nearby park. It was a quiet spot. She went there to scatter the ashes of her dog, who had recently passed away. Her husband was there too, filming the moment with his phone. What happened next caught them both by surprise. As she tossed a small handful of ashes into the air, they moved in a strange way. For a brief second, the ashes seemed to take the shape of a dog. It was quick, but clear enough to notice. The woman later uploaded the footage online. In her post, she said the shape looked exactly like her late pet. Some people thought it was a coincidence. Others weren't so sure. Letting go brought something unexpected. But what happens when a reflection chooses to stay behind? Number 26. Girl in Mirror. Some videos stick with you not because of what's seen, but because of what doesn't add up. And this next one? It throws everything off balance in just a few seconds. The footage starts simple. A girl is standing in front of a mirror, smiling. She is checking herself out, like anyone would. The room is quiet. Lighting is normal. Nothing feels off at first. Then, she turns to the camera, waves, and smiles. But if you look at the mirror, that's when things stop making sense. Her reflection doesn't copy her movement. It stays still. Then, it reacts on its own. Its mouth opens wide like it's frozen in shock or fear, but the real girl in front of the mirror just keeps smiling. Some people online think it's a digital trick. Maybe it's edited. But even with that idea, the timing feels way too perfect. Well, it's one thing when a reflection gets weird. It's another when something changes right in someone's hands. Number 25. Folder changes color. Ever seen something so small and fast that it makes you question if your eyes are playing tricks on you? That is exactly what happened during a live TV broadcast, and no one's really sure how. In the clip, a man steps out carrying a bold red folder. It's caught clearly on camera. He walks past a parked car during a Sky News segment. Nothing out of the ordinary, until a few seconds later, when he shows up on the other side. But this time, the folder he's holding is bright green. Same man, same walk, but somehow the folder has changed. The timing is even more strange because the reporter is talking about a green budget during the same moment. Viewers quickly noticed and flooded social media with questions. Was it a visual trick, a smooth edit, or something we missed? If that made your eyes do a double take, wait until you see what happens next inside a quiet old church. Number 24. Blinking Mary. At a church in Ohio, people had gathered to see a statue of the Virgin Mary. It wasn't new. In fact, it had been around for more than 70 years and had traveled the world. This time, it was visiting the Basilica of St. John the Baptist as part of a religious tour. But during one quiet moment, something strange happened. According to some worshippers, the statue blinked. Its eyes, usually fixed and unmoving, seemed to close and open again while people stood watching. Photos even appear to show the exact moment it happened. This statue has been seen in over 100 countries, and some say it is connected to healing events, including a case where a young boy may have been cured of malaria. But odd eye movements don't only happen with statues. Number 23. Katy Perry's eye glitch. What if something during a live concert made you stop singing along, and instead made you stare in confusion? At one of Katy Perry's shows in Las Vegas, fans expected the usual bright lights and fun. But during one part of the performance, things took a strange turn. As she stood still on stage, her right eye suddenly wouldn't open. She even used her finger to press on it, almost like she was trying to keep the eyelid from closing by itself. The moment didn't go unnoticed. People in the crowd started filming. Later, that short video made its way online, and the internet had questions. Some fans joked that Katy was a robot. Others said she was glitching, like something out of a game. Katy later explained it was just a planned act, something for the stage. But still, not everyone's convinced. Moving on, let's take a look at a man whose appearance had people doing a double take. Number 22. Three-legged man. Imagine getting stuck in traffic at a railroad crossing and a man strolls by, looking like he had 3 legs. You would probably do a double take. That is exactly what happened in a strange video that's been making the rounds online. A man was caught on camera casually walking near the tracks, and at first glance, it really did look like he had 3 working legs. His walk looked smooth. Too smooth. But the moment people noticed, the internet lit up with reactions. Some folks jumped in right away, saying there's no way it was real. They guessed he had tricked his pants and built a fake leg into one side. One person even explained how it might work, by using his left arm to move the fake leg along with each step. It's clever if that's true, but some people still aren't so sure. And if you thought the three-legged man was odd, wait until you see what happened to these chickens. Number 21. Frozen chicken. What would you do if you looked outside and your chickens were just frozen? Not sleeping, not pecking, just stuck. That's exactly what one family in Tampa, Florida saw right in their own yard. Their pet chickens, who usually scratched around and clucked non-stop, suddenly stopped moving. Every single one of them. Not even a feather twitched. It was like someone hit pause on real life. At first, it looked like they were scared, but there wasn't anything around. No people, no loud sounds, not even a shadow passing over. The scene stayed like that for several seconds, just frozen birds in broad daylight. Some people wondered if this was a prank. Others guessed maybe it was a natural defense thing, like when animals freeze in fear. Either way, it was strange, and honestly, kind of creepy. But that's not the only odd thing caught on camera. In a totally different place, something strange wandered into a driveway. Number 20. Dobby. The house elf? Imagine checking your security camera one morning and spotting something that doesn't look human, but also doesn't seem fake. No noise, no warning, just a figure strolling across your driveway like it belonged there. That's what happened to Vivian Gomez. Her home camera captured something strange, a small, skinny figure with wobbly legs and flappy arms. When she shared the clip online, people went wild with ideas. Some were sure it was an alien. Others swore it looked just like Dobby from Harry Potter. But not everyone was convinced. A few viewers claimed it was just a kid messing around. One theory said it was her son Bobby, walking around with underwear on his head. Vivian didn't agree. She said Bobby was right next to her the whole time, watching TV. And according to her, the video was never edited or faked. Now, from odd driveway footage to a moment that had royal watchers zooming in. Number 19. Queen's bloodshot eye. In June 2012, Queen Elizabeth II showed up at a polo match. She looked fine, dressed up, doing what royals usually do. But then, cameras zoomed in on her eye. It was red, bloodshot. People watching started asking questions. Was she sick? Tired? Allergies maybe? Buckingham Palace didn't waste time. A spokesperson said she was doing well and there was nothing to worry about. But online? That answer didn't settle things. People took that tiny detail and ran with it. Soon, some internet users were spinning out a wild theory. They believed the Queen might be part of a hidden group, alien lizard people who gained power by mixing their DNA with humans. According to this idea, these creatures could shapeshift and control society from behind the scenes. Sounds ridiculous, right? But for some, it added fuel to a belief that the people in charge aren't who they seem. But that wasn't the only strange thing linked to public figures in power. Number 18. Barbara Bush. Have you ever seen something that just makes your skin crawl a little, even though nothing obvious is wrong? That's what makes this next clip so strange. It looks normal at first, but the longer you watch, the more off it feels. Barbara Bush was the First Lady of the United States from 1989 to 1993. In this video from 1992, she's speaking about a safer world. She credits George Bush for it and clearly supports him. On the surface, it seems like a regular campaign moment. But the details are hard to ignore. She's speaking with a steady tone, but her eyes are completely still. She doesn't blink. Not once during the clip. There is something unsettling about the way she stares ahead while talking. Some say it looks like she is using some sort of hypnotic technique. Her voice, her gaze, it doesn't feel natural. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. Well, that wasn't the last time someone on screen gave off an eerie vibe. Number 17. TV host freezes. During a broadcast of CNN HLN's Morning Express, one of the hosts does something strange. She is looking at her computer screen like normal, until she isn't. Her face goes still, completely locked in. For several seconds, she doesn't blink or move at all. It's like time pauses just for her. You can tell something's off. The moment feels long, and the air gets tense. Then, just as quickly, she snaps back to normal. She keeps going like nothing happened. Viewers online started to wonder if she had been hypnotized, or maybe saw something disturbing on that screen. Whatever it was, she wasn't the same for those few seconds. But not everything strange happens inside a studio. Number 16. A strange visitor. Not every late-night knock is what it seems. Sometimes what shows up on your doorbell camera leaves more questions than answers, and a strange feeling that doesn't go away. In 2016, one woman got the shock of her life. Her phone buzzed late at night. The app said a person had been detected at the door. She opened the clip expecting to see a delivery or a prank, but instead she was met with a close-up image that felt wrong. A pale face filled the screen. The eyes were pitch black. No whites, no shine, just empty. The figure leaned in close, like it was staring straight through the lens. It didn't move. It didn't speak. Some people online compared it to the so-called black-eyed children, creatures said to be part ghost, part alien, maybe even vampire. Whatever it was, it didn't belong there. It's not every unexplained moment that involves people. Sometimes it's the things we leave behind. Number 15. A rocking chair. At a hotel in the United Kingdom, something strange was caught on camera. The owners shared a video that shows a wooden rocking chair slowly moving back and forth. It's not being touched. There's no one nearby, but it keeps going. What makes it worse? A doll is sitting in the chair and it doesn't move. The hotel's past is full of tragic stories. Some say Roman soldiers haunt the place. Others believe it's children or women from when the building was a brothel. A few even mention Civil War spirits. Could one of them be responsible for moving the chair? That's the part no one can explain. Some strange events don't happen indoors. They show up in plain sight. Number 14. Floating cars. Imagine standing at a street corner and seeing cars suddenly float off the ground. No crash, no explosion, just a strange lift as if gravity took the afternoon off. This odd moment was caught on a traffic camera in Qingtai, Hebei. 3 cars at a busy intersection began to rise into the air. One spun slightly, another bounced. Then they all dropped back down, with one landing on its side. People nearby didn't wait to figure it out. They ran, clearly shocked by what they had just seen. The clip quickly spread online. Thousands shared it, confused and curious. There was no clear cause. People online threw around all kinds of ideas. Some guessed witchcraft, others blamed supernatural energy. Some thought it had to be staged, but nothing in the footage looked fake. No one could explain why it happened. And just when you think things can't get any stranger, something else was caught on the street. Number 13. NPC? You are walking down the street. Everything is normal. Then you see someone standing completely still, mid-step, like a video paused in real life. That's exactly what happened in a strange video that made the rounds online. A woman was caught on camera, frozen in place in the middle of a busy sidewalk. One leg forward, arms stiff, eyes straight ahead. She didn't blink. She didn't sway. She just stood there for several seconds. Then, just as suddenly, she started walking again like nothing happened at all. People were quick to react. Some called it a glitch. Others thought it looked like something straight out of a video game. The video's caption said, "NPC caught lacking." For those who don't know, an NPC or non-playable character is a part of a game that moves on its own and isn't controlled by a player. So was this just a coincidence? Or did we catch something we weren't supposed to? Now let's head into the woods, where something even stranger was caught on camera. Number 12. Is that a double-nosed deer? It was June 2016. A man living in East Drumore Township set up a camera on his 3-acre property. He just wanted to know what animals passed through at night. Maybe some deer, maybe a raccoon or two. But when he reviewed the footage later, he paused. On the screen was a deer. Not just any deer. This one had 2 noses. Both noses were clearly visible on its face. Not a blur, not a camera trick. It looked real. He showed his family, expecting maybe a laugh. Instead, they stared at the photo in silence. Some said it was fake. Others blamed the camera, but no one could really explain it. What was that deer, and why did it have 2 noses? Well, if you thought that deer was hard to explain, wait until you see what happened deep in the Russian woods. Number 11. Floating girl. There are things you expect to see on a walk. This wasn't one of them. A woman had taken her dog out, just like any other day. But then the dog stopped and started barking like crazy. It wasn't barking at a squirrel or another dog. It was barking at something ahead. Something unusual. A young girl, wearing a red jacket and black pants, floating in the air, not hanging from anything, not jumping, actually rising. It all happened in daylight, somewhere deep in the woods of Russia. The moment the woman got closer, the girl slowly came down. The two didn't wait around. They left fast. The video hit the internet and instantly got people talking. Was the girl gifted? Or is there something strange about that forest? And if that wasn't already enough to mess with your head, wait till you see what comes next. Number 10. Nun dancing with skeleton. Some scenes just stop you mid-drive. This was one of them. A woman wearing a full nun outfit was seen dancing with a skeleton right beside the Hull General Cemetery in England. Now, this isn't just any backyard. It's a historic burial ground that dates back to 1847. It officially shut down in 1972. No new burials, just overgrown paths and quiet gravestones that have sat untouched for decades. The strange moment was caught on video by someone driving along Springbank West. From the car window, they managed to record her spinning, moving, and dancing around the skeleton like it was totally normal. No one really knows if it was a random performance, a planned project, or something else entirely. But whatever it was, it left a lot of people confused and a bit unsettled. Let's move from old graves to deep woods where an unlikely pair was seen walking together. Number 9. Cougar and Deer. It doesn't seem real at first. A cougar, alone in the forest, moves quietly through the trees. But then, there is a deer, right behind it. Not running, not hiding, just calmly following. That's where things start to feel strange. Cougars are no joke. They are built for speed, power, and silent attacks. One strike can be enough to bring down an animal like a deer. So, seeing a deer walk right behind one, without fear, is hard to explain. It's not how things usually go in the wild. You might wonder if the cougar simply didn't notice the deer. But that doesn't hold up. Cougars are sharp. Their hearing is strong. They can pick up even the slightest rustle of leaves, and their sense of smell is strong enough to track animals from far away. Plus, their eyesight, sharp, even in the dark. So it's pretty clear the cougar knew the deer was there. But still, no attack, no chase, just quiet steps, one after the other. Maybe they had crossed paths before. Maybe something happened between them that we'll never understand. It's not the kind of thing you expect to see in the wild, but compared to what a Soviet camera recorded behind closed doors, this forest scene almost feels normal. Number 8. Skinny Bob. Some clips are so strange, they feel like they belong to another world. This old video shows something unusual, a figure that doesn't look human. It had a thin body, large head, and big black eyes. People call it Skinny Bob. The video first popped up online back in May 2011. It looked like something out of a science lab, and the person who shared it claimed it came from Soviet scientists. Right away, it caught the attention of people who study UFOs and alien encounters. Some thought it was real. Others were sure it was part of a movie or a fake ad for a TV show. Then rumors spread. It might have been leaked by the KGB. No one has confirmed that, but it added to the mystery. Skeptics still call it a hoax, but others say it is too well made. The small details, the movements. They say it would cost a lot of money to fake something that good. But something else was caught on camera. Something with no clear name, no clear origin. Number 7. Mysterious creature. In Pueblo, Colorado, a woman spotted a strange creature outside her home. She said just looking at it gave her the chills. It didn't look like anything she'd seen before. Some might have brushed it off, but a few days later, it came back. That time, she caught it on camera. At first, no one believed her. Without proof, it sounded like another tall tale. But once the footage was posted, everything changed. The clip spread fast. People all over started throwing out guesses. Some were sure it was a chupacabra, that creature from old stories said to suck blood from livestock. Others thought it was something far darker. They called it a skinwalker, something from Navajo beliefs, a person who uses dark powers to become an animal. Even wildlife officials couldn't explain it. Next up is a public moment that had people wondering if we are looking at a person or something pretending to be one. Number 6. A robot or lizard being. In this footage from 2021, Mark Zuckerberg sat before Congress. Lawmakers were pressing him with tough questions about privacy and how Facebook handles personal data. Everything seemed serious and professional, until one small moment grabbed everyone's attention. Zuckerberg reached for a cup of water, but the way he took a sip, it looked stiff, odd. Some even said robotic. That one awkward movement set off a wave online. People flooded the internet with memes. They joked that he might be a robot in disguise. The more people watched the clip, the weirder it seemed. But things didn't stop at robot jokes. a few people pushed a much stranger idea that he is part of a secret group of lizard-like beings controlling the government. Wild theory or not, it got people talking. But the next bizarre moment didn't involve a person. It came from inside a busy pub, caught on camera. Number 5. Haunted pub. Some places don't need loud noises or dark shadows to feel strange. Sometimes it is what moves when no one is around. In a pub in Canterbury, Kent, things started shifting on their own. Chairs slid, bar stools tipped, even an umbrella opened by itself, inside. The footage was caught on the pub's security cameras, and once the owners watched it, they couldn't unsee it. The staff started talking. Regulars raised their eyebrows. More and more people started saying the place had to be haunted. The movement was just too odd. No wires, no people nearby. Just quiet, steady motion where there shouldn't have been any. But of course, not everyone is convinced. Some think it's a clever trick, a setup to get attention. Still, watching it unfold frame by frame, something about it feels off, like the room has its own energy. What follows is a traffic video that had people pausing and replaying, trying to spot what they missed. Number 4. Out of thin air. You are watching the road, everything looks normal. Then out of nowhere, something doesn't add up. In Singapore, dashcam footage from a regular street turned into something people still can't explain. It starts off simple. A white car is about to make a right turn. Nothing strange about that. But just when it begins to move, a second car appears almost out of thin air. One moment the road is clear, the next moment, that second car is right there in front of it. The white car slams into the side of it. There is a loud impact. The second car swerves, struggling to stay steady, before it finally comes to a stop. Everyone who's watched the footage asks the same thing. Where was that car hiding? Then there is the photo where someone claimed a loved one showed up where they shouldn't be. Number 3. Ghost of Grandma. A family day in the garden. Sunshine, balloons, and laughter, until one photo left everyone frozen. In West Sussex, a 24-year-old mom was enjoying some time outside with her daughter. Nothing unusual. Her little girl was holding a shiny balloon, and the mom decided to snap a quick photo. Just a sweet memory. But when she looked at the image later, something stood out. There, in the balloon's reflection, was a tall figure standing behind her. It looked like a woman, and not just any woman, a very tall one, dressed in what appeared to be an old-fashioned ball gown. The mum swears no one else was nearby when she took the photo. That is when she started to wonder. Could it be her great-grandmother? The one who passed away years ago? The details in the reflection gave her chills. And now others are seeing it too. Some think it's just light and angles. Others aren't so sure. While one woman's encounter with the unknown left her with questions, another bizarre moment was captured on a Hollywood red carpet. Number 2. Woman disappears behind Scarlett Johansson. Have you ever seen something so quick and strange that your brain can't quite settle on what happened? Like your eyes caught it, but your mind says, wait, no way. It happened during a red carpet interview back in 2006. Scarlett Johansson was being asked about her night at the Weinstein Company Golden Globes after-party, held at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. All eyes were on her, but the real moment unfolded behind her. While Scarlett faced the camera, smiling and chatting, a man in a dark suit and a woman in a black gown strolled into the shot behind her. The man kept moving and came out the other side. But the woman? She vanished. 1 second she's walking behind Scarlett, and then gone. No stumble, no turn, nothing. Just gone. Let's leave the velvet ropes behind for a minute. Something far more unusual was quietly unfolding inside a church. Number 1. Weeping Mary. Inside this quiet Catholic church in New Mexico, something strange caught people completely off guard. There, inside the church walls, a 7-foot bronze statue of the Virgin Mary began to attract crowds. Not for how it looked, but for what it appeared to be doing. Cameras caught what looked like tears sliding down the statue's face. The statue appeared to be crying. Not tears like ours, though. A church investigator from the Roman Catholic Diocese of Las Cruces explained that what came from her eyes had the same chemical makeup as perfumed olive oil. In Catholic tradition, when this mixture is blessed, it becomes something sacred, chrism, used for anointing. Word spread fast. People came from miles away, some looking for answers, others just needing peace. Some even returned to faith because of what they saw. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.